Bubala, you have asked me that have I ever cried? Of course, I have cried million times. But you have to understand those tears in its totality. I would like to say unequivocally that tears are beautiful, and I have tremendous respect for tears. When one's heart fills up to the brim, tears roll down on your cheeks. And when tears roll down, I have never swiped them out. There were moments tears used to roll down on my cheeks for no reason at all. I used to just watch them. Once, my dearest Nishi called me, and over phone she started crying uncontrollably. And after some time I have asked her, is there any reason for tears? While weeping, she said that she kept her tanpura on the cart and she went into the kitchen to do her daily chores. Suddenly she heard the noise. Tanpura fell off from the cart. It broken into pieces. So for that reason, she was crying uncontrollably. I said to her that Nishi, tears for creation, music, art, is beautiful. It is worth to cry. It's worth to shed tears. There are two types of emotion according to me. Tears which represent the world and tears which represent the cosmos and the nature. Tear which represents the mind, tears which represent the heart. I always shed tears naturally, and I have realized that it is a natural phenomena. And I also realized that there was no great reason behind it. I call it tears, liquid emotion and flowing emotion. People cry and laugh, and many people only know these two kinds of tears when they are in anguish and agony, in depression. There are tears. When they laugh, there are tears. But certainly there must be a reason behind it. Someone dies, there are tears. Someone loses their property, there are tears. Someone cracks a joke. You listen to it, then there are tears. But the context in which I shed tears is totally different. My mom always tells that I have never cried from my birth. She always shares this account to many of my friends, that how a person can never cry. And my answer always has been and is very simple, that I don't want anything. Whatsoever I have is enough. Show me one person who shed tears for an extra leg or an extra organ. Whatsoever you have, you have. The moment you accept, then there is no possibility of tears. But people want more money, people want success, people want achievements, recognition, awards, rewards. In order to achieve this, there is inexplicable rat race. Everyone is into which I am not, and I don't want to be. Because as far as success and ambition and goals are concerned, I don't have any. To be here right now, this moment, is enough for me. After coming into this world, 26 years, I have never cried. I don't found any reason to cry. Everything was there, perfectly placed, well organized, and I have the ability to accept as they are. And the only thing I did those 26 years was playing incessantly, day in, day out. I used to play with my friends, and they all have timings to play. They all go home. And I used to play with a dog. Even dog has timings. I used to play with a dog and it has a girlfriend. The moment the girl dog comes, and he used to stop playing with me. Then by and by, I have realized that I have to discover games where I can play alone. And I have created so many games to play alone. So everything is a game for me. Sitting, walking, going to school, going to college, holding books, sitting in a classroom, listening to the teaching, swimming, taking bath, fetching vegetables, everything is a play for me. I used to do in a very articulated manner, and no one used to know about that. Because I used to think everyone does the same thing. And when I came to the city for the first time, for some advancement in life, which is a nonsensical idea, a false idea injected in my brain by the society, by friends, by relatives, by neighbors. Then I stopped playing. Then for the first time I have put myself into that busy rat race. And I used to have goals. I used to think to achieve something in my life. Many stupid things happened. Those were the black days of my life. After that rough patch period of my life, suddenly I decided to settle somewhere without doing anything, without listening to anybody, without carrying any false ideas about life, which I have unknowingly experienced in those 26 years. And I have realized the potential of that life. Then I settled back and I started looking at my mind. For the first time, what exactly is it? Why it is getting influenced by all these things? What is the world? What is success? What is failure? What all these people want? What my friends want? Why they are running here and there? What is the difference between happiness, satisfaction, bliss, satori? And I have asked these questions to many people. Then eventually I did not find anybody. And I was not an ardent book reader either. So I had to look at my mind again and again, without any prejudice, without philosophizing it. By and by, a strange thing happened, that my mind became absolutely empty. Empty in the sense, the thoughts I used to get, the flow of thoughts were very less. Thoughts used to come and go. And there was no place for memories, good memories, bad memories. And there was no place for imagination or philosophies. Whatsoever is. I used to look at it without any prejudice. Because I have dropped this idea to become something. For the first time, I have realized that I am a being, not a becoming. And I used to crack these jokes to many of my friends that who tries to become something, they are bikmangas. And no one used to understand what I am saying. Then 3 times I have cried uncontrollably, and I did not stop those tears. I still remember those 3 accounts with crystal clear clarity. One early morning, I sat in my room, which I used to call, even now I call, a temple of freedom. I was having a cup of tea, and I was tremendously happy, blissful. And suddenly my body started shivering and I cried. And there was nobody to stop me. And I have no intention either to stop. And I was just crying and crying and crying. It's better to say there was crying. I was just witnessing. Suddenly it stopped. The only thing I observed, that there is no pain in me. There is no anguish, agony, depression, nothing of that sort. It's just tears and me, and no reason. And I don't know why that happened to me. And I did not share this experience with anybody either, because no one knows what I was talking on those days. Then after that, there were tears in my eyes occasionally. When I look at a beautiful flower, suddenly there were tears. When I was walking on the road, suddenly rain started pouring down from the clouds. Suddenly there were tears. A beautiful cup of tea, there were tears. When I listened to any beautiful piece of music, there were tears. When I hug a person and there was no reason for that, suddenly there were tears. The second account was, I used to have a car, and one of my friends used to use that because I don't know how to drive, and I always used to walk. One day I just asked him that, what have you been doing with the car? I have seen you with a girl in the car. Suddenly he became angry and he threw the car keys on my face, and I have seen so much hatred in his heart and mind. It was outpouring. Suddenly I was collapsed, devastated, and I started crying uncontrollably. And the best part is, while tears rolling down, to stand still on the ground, to stand firmly, I catch hold of him. I hugged him. And he was shocked and he was kept on asking, what is the reason? I am so sorry if at all I hurt you. I said, no, there is no reason behind it. There was a block there in my mind. It just got opened. I used to think that car is mine, suddenly realized that it is not mine. It is just a car and it is just me. The link between the car and me disappeared. And again, those occasional tears when I listen to a beautiful music, when I look at a flower, when I'm with a girl, when I'm alone, when I'm performing yoga. Once in a while, there were tears in my eyes, and there is no great reason behind it. And the third time, I happened to meet a beautiful man, Vallapuredi. He was an 80-year-old man. I have never seen such a beautiful man in my life. And I used to ask him simple questions which were so profound. So one day we were sitting on the dining table with a glass of wine. So I asked him, so according to you, what exactly is the essence of life? And he looked deep into my eyes. And there are many prepared answers many people give, but the answer which he has given is so new to me. He said that even if I die now, I have no complaints on anybody. I have been living my life to the fullest each moment. Suddenly I started crying again. And the best part is, I was almost lying down at his feet on the ground, crying non-stop. And he was just sitting there. He did not stop me. And at the time my brother was in the bathroom. He just came out and became very angry on that old man. What did you do to my brother? Then the Puchareddy, the old man, said to my brother, sit quietly. Then suddenly my tears stopped. Then I sat on the chair. I was absolutely okay. Then he told cheeringly that those eyes which have witnessed eyes of this old man are the blessed one. So he has seen and experienced the ultimate reality of life today. Those tears are beautiful. He said these words. And after that, the quality of my tears have changed totally and completely. Even now, there are tears in my eyes, Bubala. And I say to you, those are beautiful because there is no reason for them to come. No pain, no anguish, no agony, no distress, no depression. Those tears are uncontaminated. Bubala. Again I say to you, tears for creation, tears for music, tears for nature, tears for life, and tears which originate from the heart. The source has to be in the heart, not in the mind. Those tears are beautiful. When one reaches to the peak of sensitivity, tears will roll down on its own accord. Raso, vaisaha,